So last week I said I was going to give you an update of what God did during Beyond Youth Weekend. I thought, listen, no better person to talk to you than Tucker Rodkey. You have been the speaker for our Beyond Youth Weekend. So you shared with me a lot of cool stories of what God did. So share a little bit with us about what God did last weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, it was amazing to gather with so many teenagers from different churches. But my favorite part of the whole thing was probably Saturday night, where we really got to dive into what these teens are facing and dealing with on a daily basis in life, where we talked about what are infirmities that you've experienced that you've made your identity. We had kids write these down on cards, and we had this thing about leaving it in the water based on the man at the pool of Bethesda. But we had kids writing down just really powerful, small, short testimonies of things that they were asking God to heal them. Things like, addiction, things like abandonment issues, body image issues, all these different things. And we know that that doesn't fix everything in the moment, but because of that, kids were taking a first step. The most important step is the next step, right? And that allows leaders to have conversations with them, to dive deeper into discipleship with them. And it was just a really powerful night.
Yeah. What was cool for me is it's so rare to hear teenagers talk about how God impacted them. Normally you hear it through adults or through leaders. And I had teenagers coming up to me saying how God spoke to them that night, which is just so exciting. We also had kids respond to the gospel.
Yeah.
And so God really moved last weekend. And now we're praying that God would do the same thing this weekend. We are completely sold out. So we're anticipating a movement of God this weekend. So if you're watching this, please be praying as these young lives are coming here and they get introduced to the Word of God, impacted by your ministry, that God would move in their life, that they would lay down the things they need to lay down, allow the goodness of God, the healing of God to pour over their life. And so I'm excited to see what God does. And so I'll check back in with you later to share. But Tucker, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've been a ministry partner for a long time, and we just love having you here. And I can't wait to see what God does.